Isaiah 53. What a lovely verse. The depiction of Jesus, right? The idea of Jesus. We think it's like this innocent, beautiful, gorgeous thing, right? And I think that is the feeling that he gives you, right? He gives you peace, he gives you joy, he gives you compassion, he gives you all these things. Those are the feelings that you get from him, right? Your character changes when you are around Jesus. But look at sin and look at righteousness, right? We fall into sin because we're sinners. Sin is easy. Sin is it's easy to fall into temptation, right? So when something is tempting, what does it look like? Just the nature of it. I'm not even talking about Jesus himself. I will get into that, but just the nature of righteousness versus sin. Sin needs you to do what it wants, right? So it has to entice you. When something wants to entice you, it has to appeal to what? Your flesh, your senses, right? The things that like you're just like, oh my God, this thing is so great, I gotta do it. And it, temptation looks like many things. Temptation can be a person. Temptation can be ice cream. Temptation can be something that you struggle to say no to. Right? It could be food, could be clothes, could be money, could be root of evils, right? 7 deadly sins. I tell you this, most people ain't too excited for broccoli. Most people ain't excited for something that's edifying to you, right? Most of the time people want something that is going to taste good, right? So even if you had broccoli, even if you chose broccoli, you're going to want that broccoli and butter and everything that's going to make it taste really good. You're going to try to make broccoli appealing, right? So you can eat it. But the most healthiest way to have broccoli is this in its most natural state. Like not even cooking it. Like literally just eating broccoli. Most people don't want to do that. I for sure love, roasting broccoli and putting butter and this and that on my broccoli. Who doesn't, right? Understandable. It's a concept that I have come to know very well. It's fine. Most people, it's a hard thing for them to desire broccoli. That's not what this whole recording is about. This whole recording is about understanding the nature of sin versus desire, right? Or sin versus righteousness. Something that's good for you versus something that you want. Hands down. And we often see this like too late. We see it too late. You already like had so much ice cream that you're gonna be diabetic, right? You already had so much of the sin that sometimes, a lot of times, the graveyard's full of them. of people that never saw the healthiness of righteousness, and it's too late. You're ready to like sin so fucking much. It's like it's the point of no return, right? When a person gets turned into a reprobated mind. But if you just look at the nature of what sin versus righteousness is, sin is raw and just, it is what it is. It's the ugly truth. When you look at sin though, sin has to be dressed up. It has to be appealing, because if you saw it for what it was, you probably will run away. You probably be like, this is right. If you saw, I tell you this, someone, okay, we'll say sugar, right? Someone that loves sugar a lot, right, does not see the damaging effects sugar does to the body until years later, when the eyesight is deteriorating, right? When you're losing toes, when you can't feel anything, right? Your nerve endings are fried. That's what diabetes does. It literally fries your nerve endings. That's why people get pins and needles and stuff like that, because they're literally losing their sense of touch, because the sugar has literally like fried them pretty much. Your body goes out of haywire. By the time that happens though, every single time that you done had too much Kool-Aid or too much soda or too much cake, too much ice cream, too much dough, too much rice, you don't see it until it's towards the end, right? And you get many warnings. Somebody spoke to me. When God wants to have a conversation with you, He will have a conversation with you. He uses whoever and whatever to speak to you. That's my belief. Okay? And somebody pulled me aside, was just like, you should really quit. It was just like, if this is not like, my God. I remember one time I was walking, and I was actually going to the store to go buy a pack, right? I was going to buy a pack of cigarettes. And I had thought in my head, and I was just like, I don't care if I smoke cigarettes, right? Because this is like my first early walk, when I was like early stages of walking with God. And I was just like, God, you don't care if I smoke. And I kid you not, I'm walking to go to the store, and there was this older guy standing in the sidewalk, and I had looked at him and I said, oh, hello. And he was just like, I'll pay you $1 if you stop. He said, I'll pay you $1 if you quit right now. And I was just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I literally just asked. I was like, God, you don't care if I smoke. God does care that I smoke. God cares about you. He cares about the stuff that you do. Whether it's a sheer coincidence or not, I feel like when God wants to talk to you, He will find any kind of way. If it's a person that tells you, if you read it in the Bible, the reading in the Bible is like one of the best places for God to talk to you. But if you haven't cracked open a Bible and God needs to speak to you, sometimes it is a lesson learned. Sometimes it is someone pulling you to the side and be like, yo, let me just put you on game. Sometimes it is an unexpected turn of events. Sometimes it's something that you did not expect, that it's just like, oh my God, right? So it's something where righteousness is not easy to do. Smoking is a sin, okay? It's sinful to do that. And it's so tempting to do. And it's something that I'm so used to doing. It's one of the hardest things to just like quit, like for good, right? I'll quit for probably like maybe a month or so, or like an extended amount of time, but never has it ever been where it's just like, okay, yeah, that's it. Like, so, but many people have that. And it's not just, well, smoking cigarettes is detrimental. Some people lie. Some people, manipulate. Some people are hella mean, but you don't see that they're hella mean. Some people steal. Some people, they do all kind of wicked stuff. Some things people do, or you have a really really mean streak about you that I don't think you realize that you have, right? And on paper you may look very nice, you may be very sweet in public, right? But behind closed doors you treat your family horribly. Like horribly. You treat your family really really bad, right? Your kid does not want to be around you ever, right? Your kid does not play with you. Your kid does not come here. Like, never, right? There are people, everybody has something. Everybody has something. Some people have too much pride. You prideful. Like, you're so prideful. It's insane. You're so prideful to the point where you don't even see your own discrepancies, right? Everybody has something. You forgot that she was doing something even worse. And you wasn't looking too great. But somehow, some way, you made it through. Versus the person that has never done any of that, but has gone through painful moments. And because you're so full of pride that you would judge somebody, but you forgot where you came from. I don't know if that's like definition of dissonance. Definitions of dissonance, right? But it goes back to by biblically as well. Instead of looking for the beam in your brother's eye, look at the beam in your own eye. Remember the beam in your eye, and that beam is usually not a beam. It's usually the size of a log. One thing God really hates is pride. God can't do nothing with you. I damn sure don't want to do nothing with nobody that's too prideful. They'll be like, you think that you got it. You got it. You know it. You think you know. You got it. I wish you the best. But you got it. Don't worry about it. I digress. The real thing is this. Sin versus righteousness. Sin can be ugly. Sin can't be ugly. It can't afford to be ugly. Because if it showed its nature, its true nature, you will be horrified. If you saw the aftermath of what that choice is going to do, you are going to be in regret and remorse. You're probably going to be horrified. Righteousness can afford to be ugly. It can. It definitely can. It has extensive amount of... What's up?
I was going to play my game.
You gonna play a game? You give me a few minutes and you're able to play?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Ali. Mm-hmm. Righteousness can afford to. It has the spending power to be ugly. Spiritual wealth is something that cannot be seen by the eye, but it can be felt by the spirit. Now, I'm sorry if you have to be sinful, you're gonna have a pretty good bank account to keep up appearances. But righteousness, you could be poor in the spirit and look like you ain't got a damn fucking penny to rub together, and still be right with God. Still be right. But in order for sin to win, sin has to entice. It has to have a strategy. It has to have some kind of don't do righteous things, because if you do righteous things, Look at it. Righteous things are like, look at it. You don't want that. You don't want righteousness. Righteousness is I'm good. I'm good off of righteousness. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. That's a lot of effort right there. Way too much effort, right? Because it takes willpower. It takes willpower. It takes effort for you to do the right thing. It takes faith. Because righteousness isn't always, you can't see your future. So it takes a lot of faith to be righteous. Insane amount of faith sometimes to jump and not ask how high. Just jump. Nigga, we know you not 6'5". You ain't gonna jump that fucking high. We know. But jump when it says to jump. God knows your limitations. He knows. It's a buffer for that. Trust and believe there's a solution waiting for you. Because you're thinking of the next 20 steps like chess. Like chess? Like chess. The next 20 steps you're thinking, and God has already played the whole fucking gambit. He's already won. You don't need to think of the steps. You good. It's hard to do though. It's hard to like not be in the driver's side. It's really hard. And I understand that. I understand that because I have to deal with that myself, and I have dealt with that myself, of letting go of the reins of life. And like literally, Jesus, take the wheel. It ain't easy. But not for nothing, to enjoy the scenery. Sometimes you gotta learn how to be a passenger. Sometimes you gotta be the person that's sitting in the passenger side, looking out the window, looking at the fucking trees go by, looking at the scenery. It's okay. It's okay. I'm like ultra dehydrated. I'm going through the dehydration phase again. Our body is burning up water like it's nothing. Burning it up. Sometimes righteousness isn't the most appealing, but there's beauty in righteousness. There's beauty knowing that you stand in truth, and you don't have to cover up. You don't need makeup to tell the truth. It doesn't even need to be fancy. It doesn't even need to be like presented well. It could be this. Okay? What's my shirt say? Shrug life, nigga. Shrug life. Okay? When you go to the gym, you look real cute at the gym? I don't think so. I'm trying to get it. Get these reps, get these sets. Pick shit up, push it down. Cause I'm sorry. There's two different kind of chicks in the gym. Niggas be knowing. Two different type of chicks in the gym. Chicks that be, I'm gonna look real cute because I want niggas to look at my body. And a chick that goes to the gym like this with the baggiest shit on, but is getting it. Killing it. Guess who gets the head nod? The chick that got everything pow, 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 right? She may get the googly eyes, right? She will get the date. But she will not get the respect. There's a difference. The chick that's getting it, that loses the 100 pounds, and they seen her from day one to now, and it's just like, this chick lifting. She lifting. She's fucking maxing out the machines now. When you finally max out that machine, the whole gym is just like, yo, you did that shit. And you like, yeah, it was me, baby. Right? And when you enter the gym and you change and you gotta do whatever, and you look to the side, you see the same motherfuckers. It's always the same motherfucking heads in the damn gym, them gym rats, and they look at you and they give you the nod. Like, we always know you come here at this time on Wednesday. Thank God the machine is not being gang raped. Gay? It's not being fucking gang raped by all these freaking New Year's resolution people. I'm gonna go to the gym and get cute, and be there for like 3 weeks and then fucking out. Nah, they see you, rain, sleet, sunshine, no matter. You getting it. It's not gonna be cute because you have a purpose, you have a mission, you have a goal. I'm trying to lose this 100 pounds. And if I gotta train and look like some kind of dude to get it, but these quads is fucking popping. These quads is popping. Okay? I got indents and shit, clavicles all popped out and shit. Things, indents is showing up where it didn't show up before. Think about it. Really think about it. Who gets respect and who gets the... Mommy, let me get in your face real quick. On a perfect day, we would love to be that person. It's just like, well, I'd rather go for the respect. Right? I would rather go for the respect. I get that. I understand that. That was never my walk. That's just the truth. That was never my walk. Never my walk. I guess at one point, school vibes, little cigarette pants and the J. Crew little sweaters and the loafers. Yeah. It was nice. I like those type of feelings. But it's not what's important. I wasn't dressing like that and going to school to look cute. I was going there because it's mental imagery. In psychology term, it's just like you picture what you know you will become. I wanted to go to school to become a doctor. So what do doctors wear? They wear slacks, loafers, and fucking little cardigans. And this is the fuck I wore. They cut their hair in little bobs and be all like studious and shit. That's exactly what I did. Artists do the same thing. Some of them. That's what I did. My purpose now isn't to be a doctor. It wasn't in my cards. My purpose is to walk in truth. Not in my truth, but in truth. And sometimes that walk is, I want to say sometimes that walk is a Jesus walk. And if you look at Isaiah 53 and you really look at what Jesus looked like, Jesus was literally the ugly truth. He was not something that was desired. He wasn't ugly. He was made in God's image. You ain't ugly. I for damn sure don't think I'm ugly. Maybe dehydrated. Dehydrated, yeah. Could use a facial, maybe. Maybe in a colorism world, maybe perm. Get those 3C curls, I don't know. But truth can afford to be like this. Truth can afford to be basic. Truth can afford to look weathered and old. Because Jesus was weathered and old. He was a tender plant with his root exposed. Do you know what a root exposed of a plant looks like? It looks like, oh my God, you look like you ain't gonna make it. The fuck? You look sick, nigga. Right? Look, a little kind of sickly. Look, you need all kind of fertilizer, whatever, and prayer. But it's the strongest plant in the whole entire thing. I have a whole bunch of plants right there. There's a whole bunch of tomato plants. They grew out of control. I don't know how, green thumb, I don't know. But I have 2 Bobcat tomatoes. You best believe. Matter of fact, That's a good example. But I have one plant that I don't even know what the plant is. It grew up with the other seedlings that I was trying to grow. I still don't know what the plant is. Not for sure. Did you know something fell on it when it was a baby? It was like like this tiny, and like a pebble or something like that or something. It fell on it and it dented. So it was like literally growing like it was growing like this. Like, it literally was going like an L shape, okay? All right. So like this is the stem, right? My arm is right like this part right here, the stem, and then it bent and then it went right back up. And I was like, this shit is, I'm like, if it makes it, it makes it. Because it was like, this shit don't look like it's going to make it. It's the tallest plant I have. The tallest. And it still has the bend. Because that's how God works. God will not take away your inflictions. You will show your scars. Jesus still has fucking scars. He still got his scar on the side. He got the scars right up in his fucking arms and his fucking feet. His hand and his feet. Okay? I forgot who it was. I think it was Joseph or it was John. It was one of, I don't know. Some of them speculated after the 3 days. And Holy Spirit was just like, they went in the upper room. And one of them was just like, you sure it was Jesus you saw? And it was like, yo, and niggas saw the hands and saw the feet. And it was just like, oh, they got holes in them? He won't take away what the fuck you've been through. You will look like what you've been through. But your character, the strength of how much you've grown, will outshine it. You have to be keen enough to see that. That's the key. You have to be keen enough to see some shit like that. Like, you've been through, you don't look like what you've been through. And some people, you do look like what you've been through. But your character shows that you have never been through something like that. To still be able to be kind and be loving. To still be giving. To give of yourself. That's hard. It's harder to do than to come to the bitterness, right, of life. Because some people are very well dressed and still very bitter. And some people ain't bitter. But they've been through a motherfucking lot. They went through a lot. Right? But what can we do as people? We just give compassion. Give compassion. Be a forgiving, loving spirit. That's all it's asked for. Be kind. Because that kindness is something that you were afforded at one point in your life. And may need at one point in your life. You don't know. But it's grace given unto you still. Teeth looking extra white today. It's funny because they say that I don't brush my teeth. Anyway. Be kind. Because sometimes you'll say something that you'll regret, but you don't think it's you actually mean. And you don't want to live in regret. You want to live pleasing of the Lord. Right? I know I do. It's like the best angle for me. You know that it's like Till said, like, you know, I'm not photogenic, but you know they say you gotta find your angles. It's my angles. It's the elongated neck. You see it? You see it, right? I know. It's every time I take a photo, I'll be like this. Every time I take a photo now. That's what I'm gonna do. But anyway. Be well. You know what also angle this is? It's when you married, honey. It's when you married. Anyway. I'm being stupid. Be well. Be well. I wish you the best. I do. In whatever decision that you do in life. There's certain people I have super soft spots for, because I know life can be pretty tumultuous, especially if you're a very sweet person, you're a very calm person, especially the ones that don't look like what they are. You're very kind, so kind. But people sometimes don't want you to be kind. They want you to be just like them. And it's okay. You're going to be who you are. Don't let none of that stuff get to you. But anyway, I'm going to continue to be me. Okay? People that, because we all need work. Let's face it, we all need work. But the ones that need some more work than others, they're gonna keep being them until they change. Let's just pray that, you know, the lesson ain't as painful as some others, you know? It's all good though. I like this angle. I like this angle, right? I know you feeling this angle too. I know you feeling it. I'm feeling this angle, you know? A little chemical peel or some shit, you know, some collagen filler right here. I got my daddy eyes. That's what it is. I got my father's eyes. That sucker right here. Boop. It was boop. It was like filled. Honey, it's this. Unfortunate. But it's okay. Not for nothing. The body gets old. The body deteriorates. And you die. If you pick people that are appealing to you without acknowledging the fact that everyone deteriorates, you're gonna do yourself a disservice. So I pray that you pick people in your caucus. The famous caucus word, right? The misfits of anime bandits. If you pray that the people that you pick have amazing character, while all of you grow old and look old as fuck. Some just age faster than others. And with your spirit good, honey, find your spirit's good. We'll be all right. Get somebody that, you know, got the determination of shrug life. Some people need to lose 100 pounds. Some people need to lose 100 pounds. And will never lose 100 pounds because they go to the gym to what? Be cute and not get it.